Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making fall apart pot roast over Texas toast. Alright, I'm starting out here. I have roughly a 2-pound chuck roast, maybe a hair over. I'm going to start seasoning this. I'm going to put some salt, some pepper, and some garlic powder. Now I'm going to season both sides of the chuck. Alright, I have my Instant Pot set on sear saute and it's hot. I'm going to add some olive oil in, just enough to coat the bottom of the pot. And I like using the Instant Pot when it comes to browning meats because you have this stainless steel pan that gets your meats more brown and gives you a fond on the bottom with extra flavor. I'm going to get this in here and get it browned up on both sides. Right now that my chuck roast is browned up and I set it aside, I turn my Instant Pot off because it's hot. I'm going to add 1 onion and I sliced up. And I'm just going to give this a quick stir in here. Get a little bit of a brown on it. We don't need much because it's going to cook away to almost nothing in the end. Mostly for flavor. And we got to get this brown bit off the bottom or we'll get a burn notice and it'll stop running. So I'm going to add in 1 cup of beef broth. And I'm going to stir that around and loosen up that brown font on the bottom of the Instant Pot. That's all flavor, guys. That's going to make... We're going to make a gravy in the end, and that's going to make it really delicious. Alright, we're getting that up good. Okay, now I'm going to put a splash of red wine in here. This is optional, but this really intensifies and adds to the flavor. Probably about a tablespoon or so. And I had a viewer comment that food that you cook with wine in, you don't give to children. But it's like I told them, the wine cooks out, or the alcohol cooks out the wine, and all you have is grape juice. It's just flavoring. So no need to worry about the kiddos. Now I have a pack of onion soup mix. I'm going to put about half of it in our broth mixture. Just going to help make that good gravy. I'm going to get my roast back in there. Down in there. I'm going to take the rest of my onion soup mix, sprinkle it over top of the roast for added flavor. I'm going to put my lid on and I'm going to set this to pressure cook for 1 hour and 10 minutes on high pressure. Then I'm going to let it do a natural release of pressure. Okay, I let my roast do a 10-minute natural release of pressure. I took it out and I put it on a plate here and I tin it in foil to let it rest. Now I have a flour water slurry here. We're going to thicken this broth up into a nice gravy. And I will taste it for salt then. I don't think it's going to need any, but I'll taste it anyways. And I have my pressure cooker set back on saute, and it's boiling. Alright, my gravy's getting nice and thick already. I'm allowed this to thicken up for a few minutes. Alright, I left my roast rest for about 10 minutes under foil. Now let's go ahead and shred this up and see if it's tender as we want or not. And you can see, guys, it's pulling apart with the fork there. And when you're going to make roast, the 3 best ways to make it is either in the oven, but it's going to take a while, in a slow cooker, it's going to take about 6 hours, or in a pressure cooker, as you see, with coming up pressure and the pressure releasing, about 1 hour and 20 minutes or so. I'm going to get this all shredded up, get it back in that gravy, which that gravy was just fine, it didn't need any seasoning, and then we'll go ahead and fix up a plate. Okay guys, I made some Texas garlic toast. This is just the store-bought stuff, got nice and golden brown. I'm going to take some of this super tender pot roast with that gravy, put that right over top of that toast. A little bit more. I know it's that gravy. You can see the onions in that gravy. And I'm going to finish this up with a little bit of fresh parsley on top. Alright guys, let me get in here and give this a try. Let's make this pot roast and gravy. Really delicious, really tender. That seasoning, I tell you what, that's amazing. And I will try some of this Texas toast with some more of that gravy. And hear how crispy the toast is. That gravy's really savory and beefy, and that splashed red wine. I tell you what, guys, if you haven't tried it, give it a try. It really livens up the flavor. It's beefy. The gravy works well with the garlic toast and that Texas toast. Really easy, really delicious, guys. I strongly recommend this one. Fall apart tender pot roast on Texas toast. Thanks for watching and supporting me. And remember, love what you eat and eat what you love.